And a very, very warm welcome along, everybody. Happy Wednesday today, isn't it? Goodness me, one of these days I'll click the go live button and actually know what day it is. Hope everyone's doing well today here on the 3rd of September, isn't it, already? It really does feel like this year is flying by. I swear we were doing our Christmas runs not 2 minutes ago, and we've got to start preparing for this Christmas soon. Obviously, we've got Halloween before that as well. But welcome into Chad Northern. Metal Hammer, enjoy your lurk. Gemma Barnes, enjoy your shiny hunting. Canbay, I hope you're having a great day at work, trying to skip as much work as possible. Gardevoir, welcome into you, and to Deadpool as well. Now, we are live both on YouTube and Twitch. If you do want to watch over on Twitch and you have a Prime sub going, you will get advert-free for the entire stream. On YouTube, of course, you can watch advert-free if you have premium. So they're the two ways we can get advert-free. I'm very anti-advert today for some reason. Now, we're going to be running FLAMIGO as our Pokemon today. I still need a few easier runs before we get back into the tricky ones. So I've picked FLAMIGO as a backport. It's a nice, easy run. We'll see how we get on with this one. Good morning, Malice Alice. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your day. I can't foresee too many issues with this one, but honestly, you never know. It's one of those. This Pokemon can be a little bit of a mystery sometimes with how it goes. I have checked with this one, by the way. The damage calcs do work. We're not going to have any of the absolute nonsensory that we had with our attempted Hawlucha. I've still not been able to fix that one. Call that one a work in progress. Welcome in, Splorticus. You decided to try to do the cutting at the computer. I think you've cut your caps lock. Hopefully you've not chopped anything else off at the same time. I'm just going to take a very quick sip of drink before we get started. And good morning, D1. I tell you what, in my part of the United Kingdom today, it's so flaming humid again. It really does feel like that's the vibe of the season. No dupes, Canbay. We like that. Anyway, we're about, what, 4 minutes in. I've been yapping. Let's just go. I've never been one for doing a lot of yapping at the start of a stream. You cut your hand with scissors trying to cut a cinnamon stick for your hot chocolate. Oh dear. I'm thinking oh dear because it's far too warm for hot chocolate, to be fair. I'm not the biggest fan of hot drinks to begin with, though. I much prefer something nice and cool and refreshing. Today, the stream is being supported, not financially or anything, but being supported in the sense that what I'm drinking is full-fat Pepsi. Needed a bit of the sugar rush today. Had a very, very late night. I got a flash of inspiration for some stuff I want to do for the channel. It's specifically for the streaming. We've got those little, you can hear Kim complaining already about me saying full fat Pepsi. I know she's live, which is why I'm saying it, because I can get away with it. But I've been thinking about some more of those little break screens, so I might try and get on with some of those. I mean, a shiny Lechonk is still a very good Pokemon, even if it isn't your target. Ooh, a curry sounds like a very good idea today. I have no idea what I'm eating tonight. Literally no idea whatsoever. It'll be raining now, Canbay, for the next 6 weeks, probably. It's looking like the regime has changed. I'm thinking about doing some like Frogger and inspired by video games, and then I'm thinking about just doing some that are a bit more word arty. I don't know what I'm doing for Halloween this year. Genuinely not a clue. The garden fence can wait till spring. And you just gotta hope we have a really, really harsh spring. Let's double kick that Pidgey into next week. I do like getting a move like double kick very early on. I genuinely think that FLAMIGO is one of the most busted Pokemon they've added in recent times as well. They took one look at Hawlucha and how that was the speedrun meta for Gen 6 and I think Gen 7 as well, and maybe Gen 8 after the DLC came in, and said, let's make that, but even more powerful in attack. I don't know what Game Freak were thinking, but I'm very glad they thought it. Because this is one of the best Pokemon that we will ever run on the channel, and it just depends on whether I play right and get the right luck as to whether we get the top tier times. Miss Magius is a good shout for Halloween. I think that one will be the stream as opposed to a video, because I reckon a few other people might do Miss Magius. I also love how derpy FLAMIGO is. It's got that vacant stare of, what am I doing here? Who am I? I don't care. Let me just murder. But it isn't quite aware that it's murdering. So you can forgive it. It's our first bit of damage, I think, in quite some time. Hold 10 HP of damage. The Zephyr Badge in 404. I try not to step on other people's toes when it comes to runs, which is why I would avoid doing it as a video. I adore Cramorant. I really want to backport it, but the amount of needless complexities that would go into it, because I would want to do it with its ability. It'd be like Cast Form, but even harder to do. Never say never with that one, though. We also don't know with the new Legends if we're going to get any kind of new ghosty Mega or ghosty new Pokemon in general for us to do at Halloween. It could be a very last minute thing with Legends being released so late in the season. I think a lot of it we're just going to have to play by ear. I love that we can two-shot, but technically one-shot the Onyx line with a physical move. Mega FLAMIGO would be terrifying. I actually think it's one of those Pokemon, though, that wouldn't really benefit too much from a Mega. We're already at kind of best possible stats for the run. Maybe give it 10 more in speed. That's all it would need. We're at that point where 115 in attack and 75 in special attack is more than cromulent enough for the entire run. I can't remember who it is I was talking to, but I was talking about Pokemon that could use a buff to their base stats. And a lot of people seem to think that the higher base stat Pokemon are the ones that need the buff the most, but really, it's those middle-of-the-road ones with good learn sets that would benefit from a buff in Gen 2. Pidgeot got a Mega at the very least, but it does really need just a little bit of extra. I mean, this time last year I had already recorded my Christmas content, so 2 months out is nothing compared to the 4 months ahead I was working last year. I'm going to actually start, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, doing a backlog of prereqs. I'm glad you're here, Fakalash. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's get rid of Detect. To be fair, we'd need neither Detect nor focus energy. I am still trying to figure out what the hell went wrong with Hawlucha. My trouble with backlogging at the moment is I don't have the opportunity to do the 2, 3, 4 weeks overnight that I did this time last year because I've got other commitments this year. And it is really hampering me and my workflow because I work overnight because it is super quiet, no distractions, and I get stuff done. Probably a 3-shot on this coughing. But unfortunately this year, especially because I'm still in therapy for at least another 6 weeks, another 6 sessions I should say, it could be a while before I'm able to do the overnights. Thank you, Kanbei, for subscribing at Tier 1. No distractions, apart from all the distractions I will be having from everything going on everywhere in the world. Now, we might as well do full trainers in this gym. We should be one-shotting everything apart from maybe the B-drill that could be a 2-shot. But then again, it's a 1-shot. It's FLAMIGO with stab. Why the hell was I thinking that it wouldn't be a 2-shot? A 1-shot, rather. Now, spare a thought for Paul Bugsy. Not going to stand a chance. He gets pecked. He gets pecked. He tries a quick attack in vain. We grow to 20. A Kakuna comes out. We have a little nibble on it. And we get our second badge in under 10 minutes. We're off to a really good start on this one. Let's try and keep it up now as we go straight into Rival 2. I tell you the other good thing about FLAMIGO. High power point moves at the very beginning. We have not had to Pokemon Center heal for PP. We got the range on the Zubat as well. Probably best. Doing a low kick there. Fish for the flinch, which is what we got. Double kick. Oh, excuse me. Double kick finishes it off. I have an inside hiccup, and we get through. Bloody hell. My tummy is a little bit volcano-like today, folks, so I will try and mask it as much as possible. But I will apologise in advance if some kind of, like, tummywards eruption comes out of my mouth. Let's go and get ourselves headbutt. And we've done good repel movement again. Did I say headbutt? I meant cut. We'll be getting headbutt shortly. Putting the cracking Krakatoa. That implies that I'm on some kind of dodgy medication. Is it a medication at that point? No, it's just substance, isn't it? Because it's coming forwards, not backwards. Welcome in, Alajango. Yep, stab double kick will be a menace. We've got headbutt now as well, just to make Whitney's life even worse. I'm not offended, Kanbei. I just thought, ooh, that could be taken another way. Let's grab her now. There we go. We've got our HM friends for another run. What order do we want them in? Abra. That'll do. Unpause. We'll take on Gina. We might as well. She's got grass types. We've got a flying type with a beak. So we can just have a little nibble. Give ourselves some lunch. Welcome in, Kate. It's going very well, thank you. How are you? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Exactly, Kanbei. If I would assume you would do innuendo, I would assume you wouldn't slander me, honestly. Like, innuendo, yes, yes, yes. Slander, absolutely not. We have standards on this channel. Not particularly high standards, but we do have standards. Or at least we feign having standards anyway. If you're wondering, by the way, over on YouTube, we do have the two chats live. I've tried to find a way to combine them, but it's just not working. So on the left-hand side of my screen, I've got Twitch chat. On the right-hand side, I've got YouTube chat. Kanbei is over on the purple side today. Twitch only is a free-for-all. I cannot wait to start doing some Twitch only stuff again. Now, I am going to get the Quick Claw, actually. Just in case, because we're going to be running fairly low on the levels. I completely spaffed up my movement there. Let's try that again, actually going behind the fence. I know the feeling about things being a slog, but you make the most of it. We're all doing well as well. Really should have a full catch-up. Simultaneous chat from Alajango there. I love that you did it in both, and probably at the same time, but because of the delay in chat on YouTube, it came through a little bit later on the YouTube side. Oh, Kanbei, you can't say poo-poo. That's rude. I'll have to poo-poo that comment. That sounds like a brilliant plan. I'll have a little chat with the guys as well, see what we are up to over the next couple of months. I think, Kanbei, with the mood you seem to be in, sticking on the purple side might be a safe idea. We don't even need to low kick this. We can probably get rid of them with headbutt. It's just more fun low kicking them. Where is the dig TM? We need to teach that to our Paris. And I must remember to pick up Rock Smash. I've forgotten to do it on a couple of runs recently. I don't think there's anything else we need to do these places. So we'll go into the next gym. We will double kick, but single kick actually. A schnabbabababble. And we're not even going to heal or do anything for Whitney. We're not going to do any prep work at all. We're just going to demolish her. Goodbye, Clefairy. Oh, this will probably be a range. Oh, we just about didn't get the range for the one shot. But we can't complain, can we? 14 minutes, 36 seconds for our plain badge. That is phenomenal going. Really phenomenal going. In hindsight, I think I might have chosen Hidden Power Fire if I was thinking about it a little bit more for this run. Because that would give us a really good answer for Jazz. But we might be able to get through with our fighting type moves. Because I can't see Iron Tail doing that much damage to us. And we're going to be neutral to Rock Throw as well. And of course it's a Rock type move in Gen 2. So it's not going to be accurate. Hello, Ledian. When the heck was the last time we saw a Ledian on this channel? We'll skip the Pokemon Center. We'll do Kimono and then we will go into Lighthouse. We'll do the fast Lighthouse, whatever it is we're calling it. Safe Critique, I think is what we ended up calling it actually. No need to worry about the Psychic type hitting us if we can just knock out the Peskeon. It is a good run if you can get rid of Juggler Irwin. We missed against our first Dark type, but we one-shot on our second turn. Wing Attack over Peck, yes please, absolutely. It's all coming together. In fact, we should put Wing Attack as our primary attacking move now. Because what's that, base 60 power as opposed to base 70 without stab. Low kick missing twice was a bit annoying, but that's why we will be replacing it with low sweep, quick, sharp, and in a hurry. And now we're going to skip doing Rival 3 and Morty for now, and we're going to go straight towards the Lighthouse. So we want the Mint Berry, we want the Cowpoo Nugget. We avoided Norman today. I forgot his name for a second. We don't care that wing attack is resisted. It's still a one-shot on Pikachu. We are just that brilliant. I couldn't even tell you Suicune's time off the top of my head now. I know it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. But then, whenever are they as good as I want them to be? It's a shame we can't learn Strength. That would have been very handy for this run. I reckon we'll have probably between 50 minutes and an hour till red. Depending on how I play, depending on bits of luck. Depending on how much we yap around the break. Grab that ether. We'll battle him second time. Every litmus test this Pokemon comes up against, we are just completely demolishing it. Like, there are ranges I'm expecting that just are not happening because we are too goddamn good. And this isn't a skill thing on my part. This is just FLAMIGO being that good of a Pokemon. Let's get out of here. Let's do another quick PP heal. I feel like we need a whole new term other than power creep. Because creep seems too mild. Let's get ourselves into here now. I must remember, first of all, to teach Rock Smash to our Paris. And then stick on a Repel. Are there any other moves we want for this? We could do Surf and Strength actually on Psyduck while we're here. Power Escalation sounds about right for this Pokemon, honestly. Let us take on rival number 3 now. One shot on the Haunter. One shot on the Magnemite. One shot on the Zubat. And then we'll fish for the flinch with a Headbutt. We get the flinch, we double hit to finish it off. So we release the beasts, we skip the Suicune cutscene. We remember the HP up early. And we get out of here. Let's take on Morty. How many wing attacks do we have? 33. Perfect. Just need to remember to stick on the Minceberry for the battle. We just completely blank Hussein. We're actually a bit rude to him in the way we do our challenge runs. I do like taking on this optional as well because it's oodles of experience and stat XP. I really do need to get around to fixing the pack opening. I don't know what's gone wrong with it. It's been quite a while since I coded it now, so can I bloody remember what it does? Can I bloody hell? Right, this is Morty, our 4th gym leader together in about 20 minutes. Let's see how we get on. Not at the moment. That was one of the things I was getting around to coding, but then didn't because I forgot. We'll say no to Roost. I don't think we need to heal. We're not taking enough damage at all. 2148 for the Fog badge. Movement's been better as well if we're getting the bike shop call there. Now, even though we can now surf, I'm still going to take on the Nido King here, the Nido Queen as well, and we'll do the other Nido up towards Lake of Rage. Because I think getting the stat experience from some fully evolved will probably do us the absolute world of good. Where are our super repels? There they are. Oh, we'll do a Lickitung as well. Over on another Twitch channel, Bad at Games 02's channel, I have just coded a little birthday thing so that whenever someone sends a first message on their birthday, they get a little happy birthday pop-up. That was fun to code. Now, we're not going to need Hidden Power for a while, but we're going to pick it up now, because we can save a lot of movement just by teleporting all the way back now to Olivine. With that system, you have to type in your birthday, so you can type in whatever day you like. You can be like the Queen or the King, have 2 birthdays. Well, have one which you actually celebrate and then just have your fake birthday. I never understood the whole having 2 birthdays thing. 1 birthday's enough to keep up with each year. I'm not going to be able to stream on my birthday next year, though, actually, thinking about it. It's a Saturday. And Saturday's the only day of the week I refuse to do anything on YouTube or Twitch. It's my one day of the week where I'm like, this is for myself. Gym number 5. Oh, Gemma, don't remind me. Just as I was going to bed on Friday, massive, big, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough thing walked right by my feet as I'd closed the laptop upstairs just before going to bed. I spent the next 2 bloody hours trying to find this horrible little thing. Well, not even little, horrible thing. Horrible in the sense that it scares the heck out of me. Not horrible because it's mean or anything. And just as I was thinking, right, it's probably left of its own accord, I pulled away the mattress from the side of the wall. And there it was. So I felt vindicated in turning the absolute bedroom upside down. Because there aren't many things that make me scream bloody murder. Those particular multi-legged creatures are so terrifying to me. I think that Dragon Rage is the most damage we have taken all challenge, and it comes from a wild. Johto trainers, you need to get your act together. Now we're going to play it safe, and we're not going to do Jazz straight away. I reckon we might do Jazz in like the mid-rocket break of this part. Now, while we're in the rocket section, there is something I want to talk to you all about. It's nothing bad. Don't worry, I realised my tone there was a little bit off. It's nothing bad at all. It's just an idea I've had. For the last 3 years on the channel, I have been, don't backseat me, please don't backseat me. I'm still going to keep that rule in effect, but there are certain challenges where I think I've exhausted everything I can think of, but I don't think I've got maximum potential out of that Pokemon. So if you can think of a strategy for any Pokemon that we have done, please do let me know what it is, where we need to do the strat, and I will give it a go and see just how well or badly we do. So I'm going to put up maybe a video, more likely a community post, asking for ideas of stuff we've done. Because I think that could be really fun. Because there comes a point where you've got to learn the game on your own. You've got to get really comfortable with the game. You've got to think that you know everything about the game. And then you've got to ask for help. That's when getting the different perspective in can really do you the world of good. I want it to become a series. I've just not come up with a name at all. That's part of the reason why maybe I can throw that out to you all as well, because I'm normally pretty good at naming series. But this one, oh, we're not doing Jazz yet, just because of autopilot moving. But this one, I've got nothing. Because community challenge is a little bit cliche. I like crowdsourcing. I think there's something we can do, not necessarily just crowdsourcing. I think we can get a title from that. Metal Hammer, you should know by now, my brain thinks like garbage when I read. So somehow the two cancel each other out, and I've got a fairly good clue of what you're meaning. Versus subscribers sounds so competitive. From the back seat is a good idea. Now, I have still not fixed this spinner in here. But it's absolutely fine. Douglas is harmless. As will Price. We're getting our revenge. I am still effed off about getting frozen by that pile of swine on Monday. I do need to let it go, but I'm not going to. If you press the right button, Squidge, you get your split on screen. That's how it works. I know roughly which part of the United Kingdom you're in, Gemma, and there are some potentially cracking thunderstorms coming your way. Metal Hammer and Camber, you are sharing the brain at the moment, both going for Let It Go. I approve. Let's get ourselves out of here. This is one of very few battles where I'm not actually confident. So we'll give it a go, see what happens. We shouldn't have an issue with the Magnemite. It's whether we should have gone for a special hidden power for the Steelix. And the answer is nah. What are you talking about, mate? It's Flamigo. For goodness sake. How good is this Pokemon? 3209 for 7 badges. Let's get ourselves through the ice path. The cheek of that bloody psychic there. Low sweep is speed drop, just regular damaging move. Low kick in Gen 2 is not a weight based move. It is a flinch move instead. That's not something I've set. Low kick's rare in the game, but it is in, and it's a flinching move in Gen 2. It's been a very long time as well, probably cursing myself for the next run here, that we've had like the 1 in a couple of hundred chance of getting the encounter when our repel wears off, getting the waterfall HM there. Yeah, low speed is low sweep's a speed drop move. Don't really care about the speed dropping part of it. We just care about the fact it's a stab fighting move that beats up steel types. No need for the Nevermelt Ice today. Almost out of the ice path as well. And I am still going to take my break, by the way, after 7 badges, even though we're on a very quick time. I want to try and keep that routine going. Let's just clear a bit of crap from the bag while we're here. You, 12 of your finest max repels, please. Thank you muchly. We don't need to go to the move deleter. You can get that extra nugget as well. I will give you nothing but good vibes for the interview, Gemma. I really hope that you absolutely smash it. I'm sure you will. But if we can all just give our best of luck to Gemma for the interview. So much stuff in this bag we don't need. It might have been 2 years since you've had a job, Gemma, but it's not for lack of trying on your part. Like, you have put yourself out there to try and get something, and they've just been screwing you over. And I could get on my soapbox about it and scream about how unfair it is, but I think we know that already. There we go, we have dumped a load of vitamins into our FLAMIGO here. We are going to take a very, very quick break. At 34:39, we are pausing the timer. We're on a very good time so far. Just before I jump off for the break, I do just want to see... Do I have the splits for the last official FLAMIGO run we did? Let's see, what did we get for Jazz Ice that time? Interesting. We are 11 seconds quicker than our FLAMIGO prereq up to this point. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but we got our 7th badge 11 seconds quicker than when we were doing it as a prereq. So that to me says, A, I've got better and I'm back in my groove, because streamed runs are always a little bit slower. And B, we could get sub 110 today. No guarantee. A lot of it's going to depend on the final battles with blue and red, but we're on a very, very good pace so far. But we are going to take a very quick 3 minutes break. I need a little stretch. I need to grab another drink as well. So, in that break, if you could like the stream first of all, I'd be incredibly grateful. Why don't you go to the loo, grab yourself a drink, and we'll reconvene at about 43 minutes past. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there throughout the quick little break. I was having a little think actually during the break about physical versus special in Generation 2. Going to unpause the timer, by the way, at 34:39, go into a rocket radio tower. And I think that special attackers are the types of Pokemon on this channel where we struggle with the most. We are really good with our physical attacking Pokemon. We get some very, very good times. But we always struggle with the special attackers. And a lot of that is because Red is not a particularly easy battle for a special attacker. But I'm thinking, what are the best special attackers in Gen 2? That is the first question. And the second question is... Chad Northern, by the way, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. That is very, very, very kind of you. I need to pause the timer for about 3 seconds there because I lost window focus. You really didn't have to. Please do save your money. We'll unpause now. We've resynced. I'm trying to think what the best special attackers are. And we can't just go on stats for this either because we've got to go on learn set diversity. We've got to find a Pokemon that is good enough in the early game that we don't have to worry. Like a Pokemon like Gengar, for instance, we have the struggle because of all the early game normal types. So it's never going to get a great time. And that is the quandary we're in. Because it's very easy to look at base stats and go, oh, this Pokemon will be fantastic. I mean, look at Dodrio, for instance. It's not got the best base stats. It's got a huge attack. But its learn set meant that for a physical attacker, it could get right up to the top of the leaderboard. Golduck is a very good shout. Golduck has a lot of good moves backing it up. So Golduck, I think, is one we definitely need to focus on for getting a good time. We've seen by Snowy's hand just how well Golduck can do. I also think we should be focusing on some mixed attackers as well. Because you don't actually need that much in your offensive stats. Oh, of course we get poisoned here. You don't need that much in your offensive stats. You just need enough to consistently one-shot. The trouble with Golduck, though, is it does have a fairly slow start. I don't think we need to Pokemon Center heal. Already done these. It is time for rival number 4. Nice crit there. I think it is about time that we get rid of Double Kick, actually, and replace it with Hidden Power. Gonna fish for the flinch here. We don't get it, but he uses Rage because he's absolutely pants. Then we'll low sweep the Sneasel. Low sweep? Low sweep the Sneasel. Jinx, Electabuzz, and Magmar are all very, very solid Pokemon. And depending on how well I play on the day, rather. Goodness me, I'm guggling up my merds all over the place today, aren't I? Depending on how well I play on the day, any of them could take that top spot out of the 3 of them. I do have a vague idea for how I want to run like a completely off-the-cuff, off-the-wall Jinx to try and get a better time. But it is very high risk in the midpoint of the run. And it could all fall apart. So I'm thinking we just Dynamic Punch Jasmine Steelix, even though we've got low physical attack. Dynamic Punch it once to try and get it confused, and then try and freeze it. Talking of the Bumphead Fireduck, there's one now. Running low on wing attacks. Reversal would be good if we were taking damage. But our plan is to not take damage. How's our return power looking? 96. Let us do a little swapperoonie of some moves now. We'll get rid of Double Kick. Get rid of Headbutt. And then we'll max Ether our Wing Attack. There we go. That should see us through all the way to the end of Claire now, hopefully. I'm glad that my forecast was pretty spot on, Gemma. Welcome in, Thomas. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Almost forgot what day it was again then. I keep wanting to say it's Friday. I've got the Friday feeling 2 days too early today. I am actually thinking as well, you know, we are probably Going to either have a very short stream, or we're going to have to think of another Pokemon to run, because this one is going incredibly quickly. I wasn't expecting to be playing quite this confidently before stream, so I thought a single Flamigo would take a little bit longer than what we're doing. So if we've got any ideas, we shall maybe have the chance to do it. Of course, it could all still go tits up. But as it stands, we've got time for 2 runs today. Final rocket of the challenge coming up now. We can say goodbye to them. I've got a few backported Pokemon. After Red, what I'll do is I'll bring up the list of backports that we've got made up. We can have a look together. I will probably need to take like a 5-minute break so that I can get thumbnails and stuff made up. And we have a radio card. Welcome into the Purple Site Metal Hammer. Hopefully it's less buffery than YouTube. I've not dropped any frames on YouTube, but we know that YouTube can sometimes be a little bit iffy when it comes to the old bufferoonies. I'm not going to run a poll for the next run because we've got far too many options. I don't think there's anything actually we could do there to one-shot that Seadra rather. Seadra is one of the bulkier Pokemon we come up against, and we don't have a super effective move against water. Horsey, on the other hand, is absolutely fine. Low Sweep one-shots that Dragonair. That's very good to see. Must remember to put the PP ups probably in Low Sweep. Right, this is technically a losable battle. We'll see how we get on. We're just going to go for the safe, tried and tested return against the Dragonair. I think that's going to be the best way to get through. Should be a guaranteed one-shot. And then we'll start off with a hidden power here. And then go into a low sweep we've missed. But we hit on the wing attack. One extra turn there is not the worst in the world. I like thunderstorms when I'm indoors. I don't like them when I'm outdoors. We'll grab that calcium. And we are getting our Claire time. "45-minute Claire. We like sub 1 hour Claire on this channel. We like sub 50-minute Claire on this channel. 45-minute Claire is absolutely ludicrous for a live stream. There we go. Arena's down. We have unfortunately been joiced. Some things in this world are inevitable. Joyce being one of them. Watch me learning air slash there be the undoing of this run. It's a risk, but I am going to take it. Because I like having a flinching move. I'm one of the jumpiest people on the planet. I do like Freestyler by Is it by MC Hammer? I do like Freestyler. But yeah, I'm using Epidemic Sound because too many copyright issues with Pokemon music these days. And they've got a lot of what we like to call legally distinct backing tracks. Let's take on Will. He's possibly going to be one of our tougher challenges. It's part of the reason why we've got Hidden Power Rock. Will down. I've accidentally split twice somewhere. Hidden Power Rock's just a good coverage move in general, to be fair. Oh, bum. We're going to get rid of Hidden Power Rock now. I was just saying it was a good move, but Swords Dance is going to be critical. I wasn't too keen on FLAMIGO until I ran with it for the first time. And then I'm like, yeah, this is a good Pokemon. We're joining the one-shotting Umbreon Club, and we don't even need to set up to do it. Hyper Beam there might have been Lance's undoing as well. Because it gave us one extra turn of setup, which guarantees the one shot against the Aerodactyl. Who needs Hidden Power Rock when you have an angry Flamigo with a knot in its neck? 52 minutes and 1 second for Lance. That is ridiculous. $52.18 through the Hall of Fame. Our last Flamigo run was about 30 seconds slower for the pre-rec. Sorry, it was about 45 seconds slower. Get my split times right. The pressure is well and truly on. But we are going to give it a go. I don't think we're in PB range for a Pokemon like Kyogre's time. But we're definitely in range of a very, very good time overall. We've done a Kyogre run as a pre-rec. And I got like a 103. Take a minute to think about what I want to do here as well. Timer can be paused for thinking, and I must take more advantage of it on live streams. I think Flamigo is just perpetually angry. Let's take on Surge. Technically, we have everything we need to get through this one. We're pink bowing just for a little bit of insurance. No, we don't outspeed Espeon yet. We do currently outspeed the Pikachu, though. One Badgin Kanto down. Another 7 left to go. We should be outspeeding Flamigo, Espeon by the time we get there. As long as we use our rare candies. How are we doing? 11 on return. I reckon the next place where we could mess up is going to be Rock Tunnel because we're doing it flashless now. So I will have my eyes off the chat for just a little moment. Espeon is faster, yeah. reckon we should just be able to return the rest of these now. Not the best movement there, but not the worst. Should hopefully get us close to 62. What are we doing? That movement could have had an encounter. Yeah, we're going to comfortably outspeed everything at Red's team. We're gaining 4 speed. Per level up at the moment. Through Rock Tunnel. One of 2 dark caves. That we have to get through. Now, technically, we do have the type disadvantage against Sabrina. We are hoping that we've got one-shots. I'm very glad Dark Cave isn't needed. Because if it was, we would have no real choice but to use Flash. I did always say that I would learn Flashless eventually. Just took me 3 years to get the confidence to actually do it in a live run. Not a lot we can do about Raw. We just rewind on Raw. So we have no other option. We're not ruining our time because of a 1 in 20 RNG chance. I was more rolling for the RNG to actually make air/hit that time. Low sweep, lower speed for the opponent. Not that we should be seeing that secondary effect, because it should just get KO'd straight away. $101.37 for Misty. I think we saw it lower speed once on the Steelix, but that was a very long time ago in this run now. That's a good sign. One-shotting the Snorlax. I would like to think that we can one-shot Red's Bear as well. Slow sweep 100 accurate, yeah, perfect. Blaine time. That was Blaine. Messed up slightly there. Got my move order slightly wrong. But we're all good now. So that we're taking the 10-second time loss. Gonna get all 3 rare candies. Max repel. Get my silver cave up. Timer. Bottom left. Let's go. Please flinch. Oh, bloody hell and a half. Damageless, red, resetless run. We can add FLAMIGO to that list of resetless. Oh. I need a moment after that one. That was intense. It's very rare to get a damageless red. We have had it a couple of times. But not in quite a while. The bird is too good. And it is a very, very, very well-deserved second place for FLAMIGO there. It's in a bit of an elite tier. Zangoose and FLAMIGO together, along with Slacking to a lesser extent, those 3 are in a tier of their own compared to the rest of the top 10. Oh, that really was a very, very intense run. Let's have a look at the backport list. Because I do fancy doing another run. I'm just trying to find the best way to display it on screen. Let me very quickly try and scuff something together for this. This is the streamed Unbound leaderboard. I'm just trying to throw together the backport list so that we can see what we've got available to us. I'll tell you what, let's put it on the streamed backports list as well. I've typed the wrong name. There we go. So, in terms of streamed backports, I think this might actually be one of my fastest streamed times. By quite a significant margin as well. Oh, that's really horrible to see, actually. Bear with me, I'm trying to get a nice way to show what we've got available. Going to be a little bit scuffed for a moment. There we go, I've got my mic input on this screen. Let us get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that as well, so we've just got a background. And then if I plonk this in here. So from gens 3, 4, 5 and 6, we've got this lot of Pokemon available. The ones in blue are the ones that are on the challenge run base. So if any stand out, now is your time to say them so that we can get it all up and running. We're not going to do any of the pink ones because I need to move those onto the challenge run base. I could do a Magmortar. Stoutland isn't backported. It needs to be blue. I don't have Mega Salamence yet, so I'm going to hold off on that one until I do the Mega. I don't have Staraptor either. It's only the ones in blue that we have available. The rest are yet to be done. When was Magmortar last updated? Oh, bloody hell, 11 months ago. We could do a Gardevoir. God of War and Lucario are both fun. I'll tell you what, why don't we do Lucario today? And then the next one, we can do God of War and Gallade in one stream. How does that sound? It will just take me a hot second to get this one in, because I do need to very quickly update its backport. Because we've updated the challenge run base a little bit since it was last played. Also, can you hear my tummy again? That backport is currently getting itself all made up, so it should only take a few moments to build. If you do want to play the backport, by the way, it is available at trainersquidgy.com. Same with the FLAMIGO backport. One thumbnail being made. Shouldn't be a moment. I do apologise for how long this all takes. Let's get onto the thumbnail screen and we will say goodbye to FLAMIGO. Is it this thumbnail? No, that's the wrong one. There we go. Nice chunkier text. Now I need to save that thumbnail, I need to update the title. I'm going to do all this on air today, and then take a break. Because I think it's kind of fun, actually, sometimes just doing this kind of stuff on air. Especially when, and I don't mean this in a complaining way, viewer numbers are lower. So it's like, why not show the bits that go behind the scenes, the fun bits? So if we all refresh the stream now, we should get Lucario on YouTube. Let me now update that to Lucario on Twitch. And we have errored. Oh, that makes sense. The backport is not quite ready. Switch should have updated as well. I've got shortcuts up the wazoo. Waiting to see a .gbc file get made in front of me. Okay. Syntax error. What the bloody hell have I done wrong here? Oh, that'll be what? We get there eventually. That's the trouble with doing a backport a few months ago. When I have to update it to the more modern base, it can take a couple of goes for me to remember to do everything. There we go, we've got it made up. Crystal Challenge Lucario, if I can spell. Now, I'm a dirty little cheater when it comes to starting the game. Because I have a template. So that I don't have to keep replaying the start of the game over and over again. So what we should see here is a Lucario. Ignore the FLAMIGO on screen, by the way, for just a moment. What hidden power type do we want? You know what, I'm actually going to have to go to my own website here to find out learn set. Because if we learn Fire Punch, we don't want Hidden Power Fire. We don't learn Fire Punch, but we do learn the other two punches. That means Hidden Power Fire. We get Ice Punch, so we don't need Hidden Power Ice. Nearly there, and then we'll take a very quick break so I can frame myself for this run. Just need to get the mapper done. I think that mapper should work. And I hope this mapper works. There we go. Right. Yeah, it can learn the elemental punches apart from Fire Punch for some reason. No idea why. But we're a mixed attacker, so I think going for Ice Punch, Fire Punch, some kind of fighting move, and then Hidden Power Fire for Jazz is going to be the way to go. I am going to take a very, very quick break now. Need to stretch my legs. Need to focus and concentrate because I wasn't planning on doing 2 runs today. So I'm going to take a very quick... that could be the logic actually there, Green Eaty. I think you might have hit the nail on the head. So I'm going to take a very quick 3-minute break. I'll be back at about 37, 38 minutes past. There'll be a timer on screen. Use this time as well. Go to the loo, get yourself a snack, get a drink. Do whatever it is you like. Try and like the stream as well in the meantime. And we'll be back in 3 minutes' time. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there. I've clicked onto the thumbnail by mistake. I meant to click onto the challenge run scene. Welcome in, Andrew. I hope you're doing very, very well today. Just doing a double check on my lurk tabs, make sure they are still up for the people who I'm lurking on while we are live. And I reckon, you know, we are pretty much good to go. We'll see how scuffed this one is, seeing as it was all done on the fly. No idea how we're going to do. But the only way to find out is to start the run. Yeah, we've just had a really, and I cannot emphasize enough, really good FLAMIGO run. Oh, I forgot how massive the back sprite is. I just did its head because I couldn't be bothered making a body. Yeah, we had a really good FLAMIGO run. 107.59, I think, for FLAMIGO, which for a stream time is not bad going. I really hope the interview went well, Gemma. I don't know why we're picking up the PSN Cureberry. Looking at the learn set, I think we are actually going to pivot to physical attack later on. It was a record for FLAMIGO, not a full-on PB, but one of the best times we've had. I reckon 104, considering we just got a 107, might be cutting it a little bit fine there, Food Tubes, but I'm going to try my absolute best to get a good time. Zangoose is one of the best ones. I had an absolute disaster zone of a Zangoose stream on Monday this week. Also, if you are a Twitch enjoyer, and you like games that are played for fun, and I mean that in the nicest possible way, as in, they're about the good times, not about sweating your balls off, trying to be the best at the game, and I mean that in the nicest possible way, then please do give FoodTubes a follow. Genuinely some of the best time I've had hanging out in a stream. FoodTube plays some scary games, and even I was engaged. And even I was like, yeah, I'll stick around. I'll watch with my face between my hands at some points, but I will keep watching. Because I was having such a good time. Now, a lot of this challenge is going to be kind of stumbling our way through until we get some accurate moves that aren't just quick attack. I'm not going to jinx anything by saying anything about the interview, Gemma, but I really hope that things are on the up for you. Yeah, that 5% can really bite us in the bum, unfortunately. It's a shame that move order in Gen 4, where this Pokemon originally came from, is such that we can't get Dark Pulse, because having Dark Pulse at the beginning would make the opening a lot easier. That could have been a kind of crucial crit there, actually. Because he goes for Gust, as opposed to Mud Slap. 410, only 6 seconds slower than FLAMIGO on the opening there. 6 seconds is like 1 or 2 random encounters. Yeah, Dark Pulse would be a little bit overpowered. I'm happy with the sprite. I do actually feel like having the big, massive tassive back sprite works in its favour. Well, let's hope, Gemma, that one of these places has some sense. We'll just give these Pidgey a bit of a slap, honestly. Do we learn Swift? We do. Is it worth picking up Swift? Possibly. There's a Metal Claw miss. It's a tough one to weigh up whether we take the 10-15 second hit it would take to get ourselves Swift, or whether we just risk it and go for quick attack, because we'll be using Headbutt as soon as we're through the forest anyway. Oh, we've got Feint. Actually, no, we're not going to go for Feint, because I think that's the... I can't quite remember whether Feint does what I think it does. Welcome in, Seth. I hope you're doing well. No, we spoke to Anthony. Do we have a reset sign here? I can't remember if I just thought it or whether I said it out loud, but welcome along, Seth. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. We are going to get Swift just because I can't remember what move or what Feint does. I have a feeling it's the one... It's either going to be the one that steals the item like Thief, which would have been fine, but it could be the one that fails unless they protect. That's very much a brain fart moment. I'm enjoying the music as well. It's going to take a little bit of time to get used to still. But I can stand legally in the clear for the soundtrack for the stream, and that is a huge relief. That's Feint Attack as opposed to Feint with an EI. That does that. Yeah, that's the order we want for now. Your Wednesday's just starting. Well, let's hope that it continues to be good. My Wednesday is going like every other bloody day at the moment. I am just permo hungry. I can't quite remember the intricacies of Feint, which is why I've decided against it. But it's absolutely fine anyway. We're not gonna lose any sleep over getting Feint, not having Feint. I reckon we are just gonna Metal Claw our way through. We'll use the escape rope somewhere else. Because Metal Claw can't miss that many times in a row, surely. And it's not like we're gonna have a bad time at the bug gym. Like, we can't get poisoned by the Spinnerack. Exactly, we're going to be getting Headbutt in 3 or 4 battles' time. Exactly, the only Pokemon that can poison us is Beedrill, but I don't think this one has Twineedle yet. Not that it would have a chance to use it anyway. Bone Rush. It's a bit of a crap move, but it's a ground-type move. So in a pinch, we might use it. Thank you for popping in today, Deadpool. Good luck with whatever it is that has come up. Three shot. 2 shot. Hive Badge. In 926. Rival 2 I'm going to class as vaguely dangerous. I've given the rival the wrong Pokemon. We're not restarting, we're just going to have to put an asterisk next to this one. I meant to give the rival the Cyndaquil line, because we're weak to fire. It's fine. We would have probably taken 1 turn of damage. We're doing this one on easy mode. That's why I normally do the prep before stream. The rival is largely trivial anyway. There we go, that time loss from fumbling in the bag is how long it would have taken to knock out that Cyndaquil. Excuse me, Stubble, you're not an Abra. That's an Abra. We like Abra. Abra, Spearow, Psyduck, Paris. Perfect. Snap-a-ba-ba-ba-ba. There is technically a scenario, actually, where having the Bayleaf could have been worse. Oh, bloody hell. Magnitude's scary. Because with Bayleaf, we would have had the potential anyway for Reflect. FoodTubes, thank you for gifting a subscription to Metal Hammer. That is your 10th gift sub. Please do save your money. Magnitude is very much the gambler's move. take on some easy battles. We'll flex against the Bumhead Fire Duck here. What's our speed? 90. We should be good without the Quick Claw. We'll actually make it through the fence first try this time. Get ourselves Dig. We'll say oh bye mark there. Slightly messed up here. Bought the wrong punch. I meant to buy an Ice Punch and a Thunder Punch. So we'll just give that to Spearow and pretend that we never had it in the first place. I want to do my litmus test against this Tangler. There we go. I reckon, you know, that Metal Claw will be the next move to go. No, we can't do that bit yet. Duh. Already I know that I've made a couple of mistakes on this run. Hidden Power Fire might not have been the play. But we are going to make do with what we've got. I would have loved it if that opened now and we could just skip most of the rest of the storyline. No, Steel's kind of a vestigial type in Johto. It's really good defensively, but offensively it's not good. Exactly, it's fighting on a very, very, very low budget. I'm glad they balanced Fairy out with Steel. One day we'll get in that door. Dragon being the biggest foe to the Ice type. Or should I say the Ice type being the biggest foe to the Dragon. Only got so far, really, in Pokemon. I think Fairy did go a little bit too far. But it was good to have a proper counter to Dragon at long last. One Minceberry, one Cowpoo Nugget, one X Pikachu, Still would have been a good Dragon counter. I think Still does resist Dragon at the very least. The trouble with those kind of matchups is it's very rare to see a Still type against a Dragon type. Especially if they're using moves of their own type. So you kind of forget what the matchups are for some of those more obscure types. Definitely saying no to me first, mostly because I don't know if I actually coded that move in the game properly or if it still crashes it like it did initially. So we'll play it safe. I don't think we'll be needing Swagger. It's actually going to be a fairly similar routing to our FLAMIGO here. Just maybe quite not at the same tier as FLAMIGO. Still was definitely overpowered defensively in the first few gens. There's no doubt about that. Just over 20 minutes going into Rival 3, not the worst. We barely know her. I know next to nothing about competitive as well. Remembered the HP up. This is one of my least favourite mandatories, by the way, just because of how bloody repetitive he is. Nobody needs 5 Ghastly. This is, of course, Morty. Mintberry coming in to play there, like we thought it might need to be. Should have this in the bag now. Good night. And Muths, I really hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. My brain's going on a bit of a go slow at the moment. I think the adrenaline from the FLAMIGO run has started to wear off a little bit. Yep, Swords Dance means we now can murder everything. This is where I think Hidden Power Fire could have been a mistake. But then we don't have that many ghost types left. And by the time we get to the big ghost type, we'll have Earthquake, i.e. the next Gengar we see. If fire was a little bit more common, then I would have done Hidden Power Rock. I also didn't want to do 2 Hidden Powers back to back of Rock. Yep, Swords Dance is... Shadow Ball, rather, is physical in this generation. Not sure we'll have too much need for it, but it is good to have in our back pocket. The thing with Shadow Ball versus Earthquake is we get a better move for more coverage. Swords Dance is the single best move in Gen 2. Because it gets you out of so many sticky situations. As long as you can survive 1 to 2 turns of attacking or setup from the opponent, you can sweep. I totally understand why they stopped Swords Dance being a TM in Gen 2. Because it makes a lot of battles trivial. I would have liked to have seen it be an egg move for more Pokemon though. Scyther gets Technician, doesn't it? Because Technician, I think, is what Scyther would need in order to get a much easier early game. I mean, Scyther doesn't struggle too much in the early game anyway. It's actually a Pokemon that we should really redo. It is well overdue a redo. It would definitely be another Hidden Power Rock. I actually think, and this might be controversial, I think Hidden Power Rock is more powerful than Hidden Power Ground. Hidden Power Ground might be better for your middle of the road tier Pokemon, but if you're running a top tier Pokemon, you've got to get rid of that Zard. You've got to have something super effective if you're physical against Lance's Pokemon. And I think Hidden Power Rock gets you out of more sticky situations when you're on the really fast times than Hidden Power Ground ever will. But that is just my opinion. Exactly. Hidden Power Ground is very much it's the multi-tool of Hidden Power. The same with Hidden Power Ice. You're picking it because you need coverage. There's a lot of Pokemon weak to ground. There's a lot of Pokemon weak to ice across the course of the Gen 2 challenge. So it makes sense to run those. If you don't need them, and your problem, say, is a very fast Charizard at the end, or a very fast Charizard and Aerodactyl at Lance, if you can have that Hidden Power Rock to not blindly target to them, to directly target and hone in on them, you're going to be in for a much better time. I can't remember what Aura Sphere does, but it seems to be just, at the very least, better type Swift, but fighting stab. So we'll take it. 20 PP for a 90 base power move is also ludicrous. I don't think we're quite on Flamigo pace at the moment. I think we have slowed down a little bit, but we're still doing very well. The trouble with the Rock type in Gen 2 is the lack of moves that the Rock type gets. Ancient Power's the best Rock type move. And yeah, the Omni Boost is great, but it's 5 PP, 60 base power. Plus, especially if you're playing against your friends, or even in a run where you've got the rival, you're going to have a quad weakness most of the time if you're running a Rock. Because Rock is, for whatever reason, paired with ground far too much. At least you've got the offer, Gemma. Oh, I love it when a signature move is semi-signature, because they're like, we'll give it to a legendary as well. Why not? The legendaries don't have anything for themselves anyway. It's not like they're the box art mascots. I'm not going to complain at Aura Sphere being potentially one of the most overpowered moves. Oh, who was it that got Sacred Fire? Is it Victini that got it as well? To give a giant middle finger to Ho-Oh. Oh, Entei got it. Entei! Bloody Entei gets Sacred Fire? No. No, I'm not having that. What the friggin' hell were Game Freak thinking? I would understand it if it went to a later gen Pokemon, but to give it to the other Fire-type legendary of your own generation, when you're already a repeated legendary type, Game Freak must really, really have something either for Entei or against Ho-Oh. Thinking of Entei, by the way, I do have... Oh, what are they called? Walking Wake, Raging Bolt, and... Bernie. I've forgotten the other one. I do have backports of those made up. Gouging Fire. Although it will now forever be known as Bernie to me. The Paradox ones, yeah, I've got backports of those made up that we could do at some point. And can we all agree just to call it Bernie from now on? We've got Zappy, Splashy, and Bernie. Lucario isn't doing badly. It's not going to break any records at current pace. But it's certainly not doing badly for itself. We do have 7 badges, by the way, so that does mean in probably about 2 to 3 minutes' time, depending on yapping, we will be taking a very, very quick break so that I can find the ability to speak again, honestly. But I hope you picked up some nice bits and bobs from Aldi. I prefer Lidl myself just because they have the bakery. I remembered to forget strength, which seems like a bit of an oxymoron, unless you play this game a lot. Little Bakery is elite. Little Bakery is top tier snackage. There we go, we've got our vitamins sorted for this challenge. We are going to take a break at 36:37 to go and get myself prepped for the last part of this run. So, what time is it now? It is now 16:17. I will be back at around about 20 past. Go, get yourself a drink, have a snack, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in 3 minutes' time. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there. We're unpausing the timer at 36:37. We're going into Radio Tower. If we can remember where it is. I love Aldi's Belgian buns and I love Aldi's apple turnovers. Lidl's Belgian buns and apple turnovers, rather. I'm very lucky to be on a bus route directly to Lidl, and that bus is every 10 minutes. And buses in Lancashire are £1 after 1 PM. So it's like a £2 return. And you get your 30% off. Time is it now? About 4:30. So in about 2.5 hours, you can probably guess where I might be heading, excuse me. It's a local council thing. So Lancashire County Council they've not kept the £2 bus fare like in Manchester, but they are doing £1 evening and Sunday bus travel. I've not checked, actually, for a couple of weeks, whether they're still doing the discount. But they were last time I went, which admittedly was a little while ago, because I've been going on Sundays a lot lately. Sundays, when everyone else is at the football, Lidl is so quiet. Ooh. Might need to do a cheeky little swords dance here, thinking about it. Also been thinking a lot about what Pokémon I want to run in the upcoming weeks. I think Scyther and Scizor are going to get another run out. Because they need it. I'll do Gardevoir and Gallade on a stream. Probably next stream for those. $2.50 one way isn't as bad as it could be, but it's still not cheap, is it? Pre-pandemic, most shops were open 24/7, apart from on Sundays up in the UK. They'd close at 10 PM on Saturdays because we have Sunday trading laws in England and Wales. Scotland, it would be 24-hour a day. 7 days a week. I was in Dumfries. Oh, it must have been 2004, 2005. It was my first time ever knowing that a 24-hour supermarket could be open late on a Sunday. But because licensing laws around alcohol in Scotland are such that you can only sell during certain hours, they actually had proper barriers that they would put on the alcohol aisles to completely close them off. It's between 10 and midnight round here for most supermarkets. Some of the more touristy places do stay open a little later in summer. Which reminds me, I must get another trip down to the theme park before they shut for the summer. Well, for the winter. I do love a good roller coaster. I didn't realise this music playing now would have a sexy sax come in. I do love the mystery of what the hell is going to be playing with our soundtrack. Taking a bit of a risk here, but I want to do a teeny tiny bit of cash building. So that we can get some carbos. So I think the more speed we can get, the better. I think that might have been arranged on the goal bat, with the returns still only being 98. I think if it was 100, it would have been a one-shot guaranteed. That means if we rate... Oh, we didn't range the file plume. Maybe my calcs are slightly off. Not going to complain if I'm lowballing what I think the damage will do. Means we're going to be pleasantly surprised from time to time. Yeah, we are slightly slower than FLAMIGO. We got a 45-minute Claire. Oh, our Team 11212 button doesn't work, but thank you, Kanbei, for being the founding and only member of Team 11212. It's a very elite club that I expect nobody else to join. Because to join Team 11212, you've got to donate via Super Chat £112.12, or whatever 112.12 is in your local currency. Kanbei, the absolute legend. Did it out of the blue one time. And you wear that monocle with pride. Lou ain't doing too badly. Could be a little bit better. Could be a little bit worse. Middle of the road, I think, for a Lucario run so far. What you would expect, actually, after a fairly intense run. You'd expect a couple more mistakes to... slip through the net. Dragon Pulse will say no to. Probably in line for about a 112 at the moment, providing nothing else goes wrong. We're definitely into the final third of this run. Misclicked there, should not have done that because she's going to healing loop. We might as well fish for the crit now. To be fair, I don't think there was any move that we had that wouldn't have one-shot or got over 50%, I should say. Right, so let's see just how well we get for the Claire split. About 2 minutes and 6 seconds slower than FLAMIGO, not too shabby. We are going to lose a very little bit of time now as well, because I am going to go back to Goldenrod for some vitamins. Though I think I actually paused slightly for the vitamins in Goldenrod. So we'll resync like that. And let's get ourselves over to the league. We're going to embrace Joyce this time. Had too many times of avoiding her. We're just going to root her in today. However, we don't want to do that one. Extreme speed was tempting, but I think it's bait. Hold on to Earthquake. Nice one shot there on the Golbat. Will time. And this is part of the reason why we held on to Shadow Ball. Makes Will fairly trivial. Got the read on the Protect there. Should then mean that we can one-shot everything else. Little bit guaranteed damage there off the Hitmonchan. It does do double damage to digging Pokemon. Oh dear. Oh, that's fine. We got out of jail free. We got the Gen 2 miss. Should be a fairly simple lance battle now. Just need to hold A. And we will get our final lead time. $53.41 for the lance split. Should be about 54 minutes, maybe slightly higher or lower for the Hall of Fame time. $53.57 through the Hall of Fame. Let's bring this one to completion. Helps if you go in the right room, doesn't it? Should be fairly solid now for the rest of the run. So let's start off by getting the chairman of the Pokemon fan club's rare candy. And then we'll do regular Cantonian routing for this one. So we'll start off with Surge. We're going to actually use Aura Sphere here as opposed to Return, so that we've got enough returns to get through both Erica and Janine, not Jasmine, Janine's gyms. Because of course there are a lot of poison types in those areas. Don't need the lefties, we'll get the PP up. I should plonk that in return. Ooh, a shiny female Salandit is very, very rare. Congratulations. How are we doing speed-wise? We already outspeed the Pikachu. That's good to see. Erica time. Nice and simple Erica as we grow to 61. Oh goodness, it's turned to daytime. My eyes. We never see daytime on runs on this channel. It's all bright and shiny. That's better. Not getting blinded by the colour palette now. It's becoming less of a novelty doing backwards rock tunnel in the dark now. Which is good because it means that I'm getting the muscle memory. Alright, let's get through this horrible nugget bridge place. Genuinely is my least favourite part of the challenge run. I know Radio Tower is longer and more boring, but my goodness, this place is an absolute slog and a half. You're holding out for a good hero. Oh no, that Pidgeotto attacked us quickly. Whatever will we do? I wish you could get a box of like the best parts of the celebrations, the best part of heroes, and the best part of roses. I think I've kind of made peace with Radio Tower and Rocket Underground. Because at least they're not in the post-game. This is a mandatory gauntlet in the post-game. Our bounty are disgusting. I really, really do not like coconut. Most foods I dislike, it's definitely a texture thing, but coconut, it's a flavour thing. It's grim. Blech. Nah, mushrooms are horrible as well. Never liked mushrooms. Time for Brock. Just going to use Aura Sphere here. Might as well, we've got 18 PP left. It's where I wish we had a neutral move, so we could skip some of those text boxes. But everything would either be resisted or super effective. Exactly, most things can be a little bit adapted to make them palatable. Feel sorry for Blaine, he's our penultimate gym leader of the challenge. He leads with McCargo. Time for blue. Here is That Was Blue. Bloody love cucumber. Well, I think cucumber is so underrated as a food. One day I'll remember to stick on the super repel at the same time there. I'm gonna just reframe myself and do this again. There we go. Messed that one up slightly, but what can you do? You absolute bastard, Red. Para into crit. And again, double crit. Let's get a bloody Gen 2 miss. There. And that is time. We could have been about 15-20 seconds quicker if we'd have got the right RNG, but still 2 resets. Ain't bad at all. That had the potential to be resetless. We just didn't quite get the luck at the very end there. But not to worry. I'm still happy with the 109 on stream. We were 1 minute and 50 seconds slower in the end, I think. Somebody correct me if I'm slightly wrong with that, but I think that was the time for FLAMIGO. We'll soon find out. Let's put it on the leaderboards. Anything sub 110 on stream is, I'm always going to be happy with. I'm never quite going to meet the level that Snowy plays at, where they can get sub 1 hour. But I'm still happy with that. Let's see, where are they? 4th place on our purpley pinky leaderboard. Not too bad at all, with a time in between Linoon there and Slacking. And then on our full backport leaderboard, 2nd place. Our 1st and 2nd place are both on this stream today. I don't think we can ever feel bad about how well we've done today on stream. It has been an absolutely amazing pair of runs. I know that Zangoose time is really good. I might let myself do another Zangoose in the not too distant future. Now that I'm getting myself back into it, now that I'm more warmed up, I think I could get Zangoose even lower than it is now. What is it at the moment? 107.47. I think we could go sub 105 on stream if we really put the practice in. But with that one, we are done for the day. Absolutely knackered. I think we all are too. I'll be back later in the week, hopefully. If not, it'll be early next week. Not 100% sure on stream order or days yet, so follow on Twitch if you aren't already. Subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. And I will say thank you all so much for watching. A very, very big thank you to Kanbei for resubscribing on Twitch, to Food Tubes for gifting a sub to Metal Hammer, and on YouTube to Chad Northern for the super chat as well. It's been an absolute pleasure today. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I'll catch you all in the next few days.